What up, everybody? BCON here from Malice Corp. We are coming to you live right now to do a recap reaction to tonight's The Flash season finale, The Finish Line. With me tonight is Super Hoovian Freak.
What up? What up?
I also have Mr. Big Papa Matt.
Yo, what's up? How's everybody doing?
And we also have Jack Malice, who is producing the show for us tonight.
At least trying anyways.
Hey, back on the ones and twos.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, like we said, we're going to jump right in. We are going to talk about tonight's season finale, season 3, episode 23, The Finish Line of The Flash on CW Network. We are going to start this baby off by saying tonight's hashtag of the night, hashtag HR approved.
HR approved.
Yeah, baby. All right. Whew. What an episode. What an epic finish to what has been an amazing season of The Flash. Let's get to it. I'm going to go through a really quick recap. We're going to fly through this thing, and then we're going to get in and really start digging into each moment that we loved, and give you some quotes, give you some stuff that we enjoyed from tonight. So we start off with where we left off last, with Barry holding Iris, who we quickly find out is not Iris. It is HR, which sucks. But we also get the backstory on how that all happened, right? We get the little switcheroo backstory, how Iris and HR switched. And of course, Iris is A-okay. She's alive. HR is not. Super sad. We'll get into that a little bit more here in a few. We then have Savitar meeting up with Caitlin / Killer Frost, who is about to freeze up Cisco Ramon, about to do the deed, and Savitar jumps in and says, nope, we need him. And he wants him to fix up the Speed Force bazooka so that he can do his little ascension into godhood. We get the explanation of the plan, which is he's going to essentially blast himself into a billion particles into the Speed Force, which is essentially going to make him exist in every single moment of every single second of existence. That way he can rule, as he says, from the Big Bang to the end of time. That's the plan. Of course, we flash over to Barry and the team commiserating over HR. We find out that Julian has found a cure for Caitlin on how to beat back that meta power that's in her. Get some help from Caitlin's mom, we find out. And in the meantime, flashback over to Savitar and gang. He is getting the memory of what's going on, and he realizes that Iris is not dead. It was HR, and he's got to move to his plan B. Wow. Then we get Barry deciding and making the decision that he's done trying to fight Savitar and to essentially punish Savitar for things, that he needs to go with what Snart told him, which is to use his goodness. So he meets up with Savitar, strikes a deal with him to have him come back to the team and let them help him try to fight off the time paradox, which is now going to be coming after Savitar because, well, he's no longer technically existent because Barry refuses to go down that road. We then have Savitar jumping back over and double crossing the team, and he's getting Cisco to finish building this bazooka because he's threatening to kill Killer Frost. At which point they're about to do away with Cisco, and Gypsy jumps in and she comes right in and takes him away and saves Cisco. So we get a return of Gypsy right in the nick of time, and we'll talk a little bit about that too. We then have Savitar going with Caitlin, and he's creating the portal and through the portal comes the Black Flash, right? That Speed Force enforcer coming to get Savitar. And we find out he needed Caitlin Snow because the one thing that the Speed Force can't fight off and the Black Flash cannot fight off is cold. And so she freezes him and he shatters into a million pieces. At which point she then takes the Speed Force bazooka, which is supposed to be changed into this thing that's going to allow Savitar to essentially get blasted into the Speed Force, into those billions of particles. She shoots him, and we find out it's not what they thought it was. Cisco and team return, and we find out it is actually a Speed Force key. It's the skeleton key, and it lets Jay Garrick out. So we get our man, John Wesley Shipp, back on the show. He comes back out of Speed Force prison, and a fight ensues, a pretty epic fight, actually. It did not last as long as it should have. But an epic fight ensues between the team and Killer Frost and Savitar, mostly Savitar. That kind of comes to a head with Barry freaking phasing through the Savitar suit and knocking Savitar right out. It was awesome. Just a really, really cool scene. Barry then in the Savitar suit is got the blade out. He's ready to kill Time Remnant Barry, and of course Time Remnant Barry says, "Do it, you kill me, you become me," to which Barry of course stops and he vibrates himself and destroys the suit and starts walking away. We then have Savitar rushing after Barry and about to strike him down, and bang bang goes the gun. Iris shoots him down. Hashtag not my man. Takes out Savitar, and then we go to Dust in the Wind, All's Well That Ends Well's
You're
HR
my boy,
funeral.
Blue.
You're my boy, Blue. Super, super duper sad moment with the funeral. We then kind of move on towards the end of the episode where it seems like all is well and we're get some closure, and we're going to get this West Allen relationship kicked off with a wedding finally. We get the ring put back on the finger. We get wedding invitations sent out, Flash style. And then we have a disruptance in the Speed Force. The Speed Force strikes back.
Oh, go ahead.
The
Yes, it
Speed
did.
Force strikes back. And we end the episode this season with Barry making the sacrifice to walk into the Speed Force because it needs balance. And that's where we end. And then we're going to queue up season 4 with I'm Wally West. I'm the fastest man alive, it looks like. So we'll see what season 4 holds for us. That's your quick recap. I know it took a little longer than we probably expected, but there was a ton going on. So I'll let these other guys jump in and let's talk about it.
Before the you guys jump into it and get going, just want to drop a real quick welcome to Jamie Lee and to RJQ that joined us in the chat channel.
Yeah.
What's up to them?
Hey, and a big shout out to Jamie, because we had a reaction or a theory video going on, which I was right that HR did the switcheroo. But Jamie made an awesome comment on there. This is obviously prior to the finale appearing, about Barry making some sort of deal with the Speed Force and having to pay a penance for everything. And we actually got to see that kind of come to fruition in a manner. So props to you, Jamie Lee. Good call on that one. I think our theories kind of came together. And wow, I am stoked about this episode. It was just amazing all around. What did you think, Big Pop Matt?
So the season finale, man. So first of all, the Flash, they just crush every single season finale they have. Season 1, season 2, season 3 here. Every single time, not only do we get a great episode, which a lot of TV shows, they do that amazing episode, the episode prior to the finale, right? The finale is usually the wrap up and cleaning everything up. And what the Flash does really well is it gives us this last big, huge episode at the end of their seasons. And then we still get a phenomenal cliffhanger for the next season after it. So in true fashion to this show, and I love that they're staying true to it, we got a phenomenal finale. I really loved a lot of the things I saw. And, you know, I know Iris complained about having to buy all those stamps, but she's got to remember if she goes to the clink, man, and gets locked up, that's money. Stamps are money out there. So she's got to look at the bright side.
It's like Bitcoin.
She's got to look at the bright side there.
Yeah. Hindsight of this episode being, if they had realized that they were going to need to replace Jay Garrick back in the Speed Force, instead of shooting Savitar, you toss him back in. Barry doesn't have to make the deal. No Penance needs to, you know, they could have gone with the original plan. So hindsight, not thinking I know that at the end, but that was what I took away from that, was that, well, you know, instead of shooting him and erasing him completely from time, because they'd already killed the time paradox, he didn't need to worry about that anymore. Totally could have just tossed him into the Speed Force. And
true, but I think the good thing about the closure to this season is we're finally getting Barry. And I said this like 3 episodes ago when Jack and I were talking about, I think episode 21, that it's like, dang, Barry, will you just get it through your head like that you need to be responsible for what you've done? And this was him being, I mean, that last scene was him being absolutely responsible and taking responsibility and knowing that it's on him.
Yeah, it was great. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, like, you know, thinking like, oh, from Iris's point of view. Yeah. You know, how much is that going to eat her up at the end? You know, but yeah, no, I thought it was time to. I mean, they kind of hinted at that in the episode with the huge crossover with the Dominators. You know, about Barry sacrificing himself to the Dominators and getting spared. Now he has to go into the Speed Force instead.
Oh, okay. I'm just reading the chat channel here. Jamie says, my only problem with the show was how they removed Black Flash so easily. I know he isn't dead, but come on, he is the embodiment of death. Shouldn't have been possible.
Well, so one of the things that the chat channel, so I asked the question out to the chat channel, and we got a couple responses, and I wonder what your guys' thoughts are. So the beginning of the season, we watched Iris West die. Do you think it cheapens the season at all that she didn't actually get killed off?
Yeah, and I think no, because this is, I mean, it was said in the chat channel, there is no Barry Allen, there is no The Flash without Iris, and I know that there's comic streams that will say the opposite, but the majority of canonical Flash comics is Iris is the lightning rod to the Flash. I mean, she is the one that makes him the hero that he is. So that's what this whole season's been about is hashtag Save Iris West. I mean, that's what this whole season's been about. So if it hadn't happened, then we really don't have a superhero show. We have just a bunch of people that are trying to do something that's impossible and change the future. I don't think it cheapens it.
Definitely. Yeah, Jamie definitely agrees with you on there. They thought, you know, it was great because we all knew, like, there was no way Iris was going to die, and this whole season's been about what is Barry and the team going to do to save her. And Jamie has a great point with that. And then RJ was talking, you know, a little bit, you know, the thing is we have great shows out right now. They are willing to kill main characters. The thing is with the Flash is Iris West is one of those, like, this is kind of the Rick Grimes of the series where there's a couple of characters that you just can't touch sometimes. And I would have loved to have seen what the writers did without her. I would have loved to have seen how we moved on without her and what they would have been willing to do and take on. But at the same time, that's a feat, man. That's a big feat. Yeah. What I would have liked to see, though, is I want to talk to the writers of the show, and I wonder if they made multiple versions of who got killed off in Iris's place to try to hide it from the cast or anything like that. I wonder if they tried to hide it anyway, and maybe we lost a few different characters and different script versions to save Iris off. And maybe I would think it'd be really cool that even if the cast didn't know who got killed off and it was kind of hidden, where maybe in one version it was Joe and another was HR and another it was Malfoy's character. I can't think of his name right now.
Julian.
Yes, Julian's character. I think that would be really cool if there are scripts out there with different versions of this ending of who had to die for Iris to be saved.
Yeah. I do love the redemption, not the redemption, that's the wrong word to use, but this Matt, can you read us the quote from HR's tombstone? I know that you caught that and wrote it down.
Oh yeah. So HR's tombstone. I think this was just a perfect summation of this character, this version of HR. And there's actually a Mark Twain quote on his gravestone, if you guys didn't catch it. And the quote is, "The two most important days in your life are the day you were born and the day you find out why." And this whole thing with this HR from this planet or from this universe was, why is he here? He's not smarter than Cisco. He's the inspiration, right? He's the guy that kind of inspires everybody. But what does that mean? What was that for? And he was always kind of looking to fit his role in this team. And this was the moment where he found out, this is my role. This is my task, is to save Iris West for BA, Barry Allen, man. So I thought that quote was a phenomenal, perfect ending and a finish to that HR.
Yeah. And while it's sad that we lose him and we lose kooky HR, which, I mean, we all absolutely adore. The cool thing is now we get to see our man Tom Cavanaugh is going to pull it off again, because
we get another version.
They're going to pull in another version, and I know you can't replace. We can never replace HR. Totally get that, but I love the actors in this show just as much as I love the characters, and to see what Tom is going to do and the evolution of the next character that he's going to bring in, I'm excited. And maybe he doesn't bring it in, and maybe we get Harry from Earth 2 in a more permanent role, because he did say he was going to stick around. Barry asked him, and so maybe that's what we get for next season for now, and that's fine too.
For now, yeah.
Well, and that's the thing. That's our kind of our first HR that really was a solid piece of this team, and I'm excited to see him back. I'm absolutely cool with him taking a big role back,
because he's the serious one, the smart, serious one that is willing to do whatever it takes. I mean, he is willing to kill it. He'll kill a man. Don't get me wrong. Harry will kill a man.
He will. But that might be what they need right now. I mean, I'm gonna miss the drumsticks though. I was drumming.
Oh, I know.
Oh, man, when they put the drumsticks down on that tombstone, I lost it. That was heartbreaking.
That was.
Yeah, BCON's got his drumsticks in memoriam, I'm guessing. Is that what's going on?
Absolutely. Because we're never going to see a character like him again. But let's get to some other parts, because we could. All right. Hey, welcome back. We missed you.
Everybody get a snack and a drink at the lobby there. Hope you all enjoyed that rendition.
Yeah. Whew, I needed a break. I needed a breather. So
we had to wipe our tears. I'm not willing to cry on the internet. Sorry, everybody.
Yeah, you may have some reaction videos out there with people, but we're not going to do that. So we'd rather have intelligent conversations about the topic, because it's worth talking about.
Absolutely.
I just threw up a quick card up at the top right hand side there for you to go ahead and vote whether you were happy with
nice
or not. So just yes or no. You can just see it up on the right. Hit the little eye, and it'll let you know.
Thank you, disembodied voice. We appreciate that. That was the Speed Force telling you to vote. So right there at the top corner, make sure you vote.
Yeah.
Man, what else?
Okay. I was happy to have Gypsy back. Gypsy. I love that character. She's probably one of my favorite recurring characters. And just the banter between her and Cisco slays every time. What do you mean? This is the thanks I get for saving you, asshole. And Bagno, this is opposite of thanks. This is so far from thank you. So,
is that a hashtag Vipsy? Is that what we call that one? I'm not sure how that works.
I'm not sure. They have a terrible
Gypsab. Yeah, it doesn't really work that way, I guess.
I mean, even their regular names. What are they? Gisco? I mean, it doesn't work.
Help us out, chat channel. Help us out.
Yeah, what is
How do we ship
our
this?
what is our e-news name for our two new lovers?
You know, since they broke apart or fractured for the time being, Caitlin and Julian, they're my new favorite power couple, because I was rooting hard for Caitlin and Julian, and then they did the switcheroo Frost on you, which I saw coming, don't get me wrong, but that was really sad. So hopefully, I'm hoping that Gypsy will stick around a little bit, at least in and out.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. Okay, so one thing I really liked about the very beginning is I was kind of digging for a moment there the Flash trophy case. So he goes in and there's the Thawne, the Eborn Thawne suit hanging like a dang trophy. Like, did you guys catch that?
Yes, that was phenomenal.
What is that about? Are we just bragging about our victory now, or?
Hey, everybody's gonna have that rogue gallery of trinkets.
They did it in Legends.
Are they going to put the shark hand, the
killer shark hand? Yeah.
What was it, King Shark's hand
so
in a glass jar?
Jamie's thinking we should call them Vibesy.
Oh, okay. That's better than Gypsco.
Done deal. Vibesy. Vibesy. Okay, I like it. Are we getting any votes on that? Did you like it? Did you not like it?
I'm not seeing it right now. I'm gonna refresh the page and let's check it out.
Okay.
Here.
Because I'm
seeing one vote on it, so it's one person voted. So.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, happy with the finale. Yeah. So you guys, if you click on the information icon on the stream right there, a little quick poll will pop up, and you can let us know if you enjoyed the finale or not. We appreciate that. But yeah, so I think let's talk a little bit about that ending piece right there, right?
Yeah.
We see Barry's mom come out of the Time Force, and that was crazy to me. Like that's where he's gonna go. Do you think that's gonna be a personal hell for him? Is the Time Force kind of trapping him in where he's gonna have to watch that over and over, or is this gonna be more of an enlightening moment for the Flash where he's gonna hit that next level of Speed Force kind of bond with that Speed Force where he's going to hit a new level?
Speed Force Awakens. We were talking about this right before we went on. I said, what I need for it doesn't have to be episode 1, maybe episode 2 of season 4 is I need another Kevin Smith Runaway Dinosaur episode. I need another Barry's in the Speed Force, learning more about himself, learning more about how to be a hero. Because I think we all agree that he's coming back at some point. I mean, yeah, Wally West is probably going to start this thing off in season 4, but and which is really cool, by the way, because we're going to get to see so much more of that character and hopefully a lot more character development. Because what's funny is the actor actually said that he jumped into that role of actually becoming Kid Flash faster than he thought he would. And we've only had a little over half a season to really develop who Kid Flash is as a superhero. So
and they, to be honest, they really haven't done a whole lot with them.
And they've done nothing with Jesse Quick. I mean, really, we've seen pretty much nothing.
They had one episode they had her and Wally teamed up together when Flash was in the future. When Flash went to the future, they had Wally and that was like literally like it. I mean, he did a few here, he did a few there, but mostly, and I'm sorry to say this, he mostly was just getting his ass kicked on screen. And so
Sugar Bones Wally.
Absolutely. Sugar Bones Wally West.
Which I know is not the character. I know that's not his intended role, is to be the punching bag on the Flash. But at least for the few episodes they had him in, it was like, they had to kick him a little bit. Even Barry got kicked in the beginning, you got to earn your way up. You got to earn your stripes, dude.
You got to earn it to be a speedster. So here's my ultimate fan nerdgasm moment for this, right? I know that we're never going to get Grant to be a part of the Justice League of America movie. I get that. It's never going to happen. But what I hope is going to happen here, and I pray that they're smart enough to combine this, is that as Barry is in this Speed Force, reality, this heaven, if you will, as Jamie is letting us know in the chat channel. What if he is running around and he's like, man, you guys will never guess what I saw. This crazy version of me fighting with Batman, another Flash, this dude in the water, and Wonder Woman. And we get like a moment of that where he's running through and just sees a glimpse of it, right? He just sees a moment of that. How cool would that be? Because I would love to see
drop a little Easter egg. Yeah,
just drop a little Easter egg, man. Like just a little something for the fans. Just a plant. Give me a little seed. Nothing crazy. Just give me a little seed planting right there. Like I think that would be something you could do. It'd work really clever, and it would totally be a part of it and not take anything away from what was going on.
Yeah. We also could be seeing, and Jamie's saying like Speed Force 7 is basically when you become pure energy and you're one with the Speed Force, which totally right. I'm one with the Speed Force. The Speed Force is with me, right, or something. Wherever that part goes. But we could be seeing a little bit of there are flash arcs where Barry is the Speed Force enforcer, so where he becomes the Black Flash. So I don't know that they're going down that road, but maybe we get to see it for a few episodes and they kind of allude to that, or that's always a possibility. I think we'll probably have another video. We got to let this veg for a while, but maybe we'll get another video out shortly with what our thoughts are for where season 4 might be going. Right. Or as news starts to break, we'll jump on that. But
something, because I'm sure they're going to drop little spoilers, little teases, little tidbits, if you will. I can't wait. I know it's not going to come for a while, but I can't wait just to see what the synopsis for season 4, episode 1 is going to be. The name, the little, the trailer. I know we're not going to get it for a while.
But who's writing, who's directing? I mean, that could play a huge part too.
It can. It really can. So I don't know how we're going to make it through the hiatus. I've got 2 shows now, Flash and friggin' Supernatural. I'm just like, is it October yet?
Arrow's gone tomorrow. Yeah, Arrow's gone tomorrow.
Well, hopefully Arrow doesn't. I mean, I know it's going to be an epic finale with Arrow, don't get me wrong, but I'm hoping that one at least gives us a little bit more of a clearer direction on what specifically it's going into. It could, probably it could not. Probably not. It hasn't so far yet, so maybe the 5th time's the charm. But I'm gonna be driving myself crazy, like no joke.
Yeah, well, there are things in the summer to look forward to, but we're not going to talk about them. We're not going to talk about them here. You got to wait till Friday.
This is Flash.
Flash
time.
Yeah.
Cool.
But
a couple other things. I love, and I mentioned it in the recap, but I loved the Barry phasing into the suit. Like how stinking cool was that?
Yeah, that was amazing. I'm hoping that we get to see some awesome Savitar cosplay at some of the conventions throughout the year. I think that'll be awesome. That is such a cool set piece and style and suit like that. Like,
you almost wonder why Barry just didn't do that in the first place. Like, if he had that power, why wouldn't that be the first thing you tried to do? Like, really hindsight. If he had that power, I don't know if it was the anger. I mean, like, I'm not going to go too Star Wars here, but he let the hate flow through him and, and it powered him up a little bit. But I mean, I don't know if he just didn't think of it or what, but that would have been a season killer, I guess, right there. Can't do the epic move too early in the season.
Okay, I got to jump in here then. I'm sorry.
Yeah, please.
So the reason he didn't do it earlier is 2 things have to happen for Barry the Flash to be able to phase. He has to be able to move faster than the object that he's trying to phase through. So he's got to pick up enough speed and vibrate his molecules to the point where he's moving faster than it is, and he can phase between it. So if Avatar is moving in any way, shape, or form, or paying attention, he ain't in the suit. So
I get that. Perfect.
Avatar was distracted, was hurting. He's already weakened because he's got the paradox chasing him. So Barry was able to come up behind him and jump in.
Do it. Okay.
Okay.
Totally makes sense. Okay, cool.
Thank you,
That's
Professor
killing me.
Malice.
You're killing me. Everybody's focused on everything that in the episode except for what's truly, truly important. You kind of just scratch the surface of it. I mean, yes, we're all happy that Iris, but we lost HR. And not only did we lose him, but we lost him right. I mean, me and Super have been going in since the Supernatural finale, and the way they did Crowley and the way they did Cass. We had the epic death that was done correctly.
It was.
They didn't take it away from us. They took one of our favorite characters and they took him away from us, but they did it right. They built up to it. They had the climax, and they didn't Michael Bay us.
No, it was heartbreaking, but it was beautiful. It was it was fantastic.
I mean, all the ways to end, for HR's run to end, like he said, I'm not a coward. Like I'm not going out a coward. And you're just like, oh my gosh, that's so awesome. I mean, it's so awesome.
You gotta kind of look back a little bit at some of the other situations that they've been in. They've alluded, and some of the other characters have looked at him kind of funny, like, hey, why didn't you man up there? And he manned up, and he manned up hard. And even going out, he didn't just go down and just go out. He gave Cisco the going away message, which is so crucial and key. And you guys just skimmed right over the top of that. I mean, it's killing me sitting here just watching this. And
well, that's why you're here. You're our Flash expert, man. You got to be on these.
Yeah, I mean, Jamie's making great points about a villain that isn't a speedster, because all the main villains so far have been speedsters.
Well, that's the rumor. That is the rumor for season 4, is that it will be a non-speedster.
That would be nice. I would like that, just for something different, because I mean, the speedsters are great, and they do make great villains, but at the same time, I want to see how he does against a non-epic, epic villain that's not a speedster.
Yeah, I think this might be a good opportunity as well. CW loves expanding their universe with heroes, to do a villain turned good guy role, where maybe we get a anti-hero thrown in the mix, something like that as well. It's a good point for that too.
Yeah,
he's throwing out Jamie's throwing out Abracadabra, which is a great villain from the original Flash Rogues Gallery. It's an amazing villain, but I think it might be a little heavy on the special effects budget for the CW, because his abilities and powers are all nanotech, and they're all really flashy, and I can see them not using him, even though I think they kind of killed him off a couple episodes back, didn't they?
Who?
To take back to
remember, he's alive in the. Oh no, that was Mirror Man, huh? Who's alive in the future?
Yeah.
Mirror Master.
Mirror Master.
Yeah, but they turned him over to Gypsy for her to take back to her Earth to face the music and face justice.
Right. We never see a closure to it, so we don't know if that's what indeed happened, though.
Absolutely.
So there could be a
great villain. Back the big gorilla.
Gorilla Grodd. I hope not. Jamie even mentioned that Devo has been mentioned. I think this is, like I said, I just think this is a perfect time to introduce I can't think of anybody off the top of my head right now, but maybe bringing back you guys know how biased I am, but like a Constantine, something like that, right? He doesn't have a ton of interactions with the Flash in the DC.
Well, magic, yeah.
Bring somebody that's magic into the universe, because that's an ultimate killer for speedsters.
He looks like magic, but it's really nanotech.
It's nanotech.
It looks like magic.
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
as long as it's not a Arrow season 4 Damien Dark, okay? Because
please no, please no, please no.
Good thing he's. A good thing Oliver killed him.
You know what would be an interesting villain? He's not really part of Flash's Rogue Gallery, but he is a part of the DC Gallery. He's more of a Batman, but haven't seen him anywhere. Solomon Grundy.
That would be awesome.
Would be cool.
That would be awesome. Coming out of left field with that one, but that would be awesome.
Solomon would be cool for sure. I mean, you could do, the thing is, you have a lot of people. I mean, alchemy has been mentioned. You know, we got alchemy drops all through the season with Julian. Maybe somebody else takes up that mantle, right? I mean, the magic has been dropped in, so there's a possibility for it. That's for sure. We'll just have to see. I'm excited for it either way. They've been crushing it, so I'm ready for whatever they give us.
Absolutely. Well, what did we get on our final poll here? Because we're gonna wrap this here in just a few more moments. So we'll get some last kind of thoughts from the chat channel. We'll talk about the poll, and then we'll put a bow on this thing.
Yeah, 100% of yeses from what I see.
Yep.
And I'm seeing a lot of I don't want Grodd. Yeah, none of us do. So
I'm okay. No, we don't need Grodd. They don't have enough money to make Grodd look good for a whole season, anyways. So.
And don't worry, Jamie. Nobody likes Damien Dark. Like,
but you know what's sad is
him getting killed was the best part ever. I was like, yes.
She's pointing out that on, I didn't like him on Legends. He was actually preferable on Legends when you compared him to his role on Arrow, because I could actually stand him. I didn't fast forward everything when I watched him on Legends of Tomorrow. Well, honestly, I think it was because a lot of times, again, he was getting his butt beat. That's
true. Well, and Barrowman was balancing that out too. So
yeah. So, but him and Malcolm had some amazing dialogue with the two of them trying to take down Eobard.
Yeah. So what do you guys think? So last question from the gallery here, from Jamie, our active, awesome listener here. Nora pulling Barry into the Speed Force. What do y'all think of that?
I mean, like I said, to me, that's going right back to Runaway Dinosaur. I mean, we saw her. That is the persona that the Speed Force chose to use to reach Barry. And so I think that by the Speed Force using her again, it's confirming that I don't want a Jay Garrick, I don't want a Savitar, I don't want a Wally West, I don't want those speedsters. I want Barry to come and be the balance in the Speed Force. So I think that was kind of that confirmation of that decision he was making.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is Nora is the only person in this world that could take Barry from Iris. That's the only person he cares enough about, and I think that was a big reason for it as well, as the Speed Force knows how to get Barry active in there with it and interacting with it. So
I think it was also like she said, it's heaven. It's his peace, and that was the confirmation. Yeah. I mean, they could have sent out someone that he felt guilty over, Yep, and they really wanted to make it feel like a punishment was coming, but they chose the person that was going to give him peace. So,
well, they're teasing it all over the comic books right now, but when Barry gets out of the Speed Force, we could combine the Watchmen universe and we get a Watchman jumping in. This could be the opportunity for it. So,
but that's a whole other video.
That is, yeah, we'll do that a whole other time. So there's my last drop for y'all. Think about it, chew on it, sleep on it. Think in the comments below.
Yeah, that's Batman. And if you're not familiar, that is Batman issue 21 and Flash issue 21.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a crossover.
We've been getting a lot of it. Series, we've been getting a lot of it with Rebirth. The button has been a constant there for a little while.
Very, very cool. Well, hey, we appreciate you guys for joining us because the poll result. Yeah, go ahead.
Poll results real quick for you. It was 100%. For yes, everybody loved it. We had 6 votes. Everybody loved it. No no's. So,
well, and you got 4 votes right here, I think, too. So we're 10 for 10. But a big thank you to Jamie and for Robert for joining us.
Mess joining in.
5150. Join us for a little while too. You'll see him again on Friday. Who else we got? Ooh, yeah, and make sure that if you're talking about tonight, let's hashtag HR approved. You don't obviously in the hashtag don't put those periods in, but I guess you could, huh? But no, don't put them in.
You don't need
HR approved. Hashtag HR approved.
Just enjoy my chicken scratch, everybody.
Yeah. And RJ, thanks for joining as well. And if we missed anybody else, you can blame me. I'm sorry. Forgive me. We love you all, and we're so glad that you joined. And if you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. We're at 85 right now. We're 15 away from the 100. That's our first goal. And we'd love for you to help us to get there. So tell your friends, tell your family. I just had my uncle join today. So
tell your enemies. I don't care. Tell everybody.
Yeah.
You know,
Your frenemies.
Shameless plug. Shameless plug.
Ex-girlfriends, ex-boyfriends, and whatever it takes.
Yeah.
Shameless plug. Everybody needs to head over to Malice-Corp.com and vote in the nerd fight.
Yes.
Tom Cavanaugh,
Yes.
HR, needs to win.
Yes.
HR.
HR. Show the man respect.
Show him respect.
You're wrong.
Hashtag put some respect on it. Okay? Put some respect on it.
Slap it with some respect.
Yeah.
Slap it. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
so get to that get to Malice-Corp.com, vote in the nerd fight. You can follow me on Twitter, BCON_Malice Corp. Follow Super Hoovian Freak at Super Hoovian Nut. Follow Big Papa Matt at the Big Papa Matt. Also, you can follow him at
Nerd Mosh Pit. The Nerd Mosh Pit is our podcast, Family of Brands, out here on Malice Corp. So check out the Nerd Mosh Pit. I'd really appreciate it. Show some love on that too.
Yeah, follow Jack Mouse at Jack_Mouse. Follow the site at Malice Corp, and you can follow our podcast now. Our weekly Friday podcast is at MaliceCast. That's the new one. Not the new one, not the new podcast, but this is the new Twitter handle. So definitely you can check us all out there and follow us. Join us tomorrow, please. Come back tomorrow. We're going to have Arrow. We're going to be wrapping up season 5 of Arrow tomorrow.
I can't wait.
And then, I know I can't either. And then Friday, we will be having our normal podcast. That's 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Join us live. Jump in the chat with us. We're going to be talking all kinds of things like the poll results, and we'll be talking about, we'll talk a lot about women in films, especially like, I don't know, this one character in the DC that's coming out with a movie. What's her name? Wonder Woman. So we'll be talking about that. And we'll be talking about Memorial Day weekend and like how this is the beginning of movies launching. So for the summer. So definitely come back and join us. Thank you again for spending time with us tonight. We love it. We love the Flash. And until next time, stay nerdy out there.